The station that's here for you. WOLO-TV, ABC 25, Columbia. And now, from the station that's here for you, 25 News at 11.
He dreamed a dream no one believed in, but now his story is the theme of a Hollywood movie. Tonight, meet one of the men behind October Sky.
So it's just been God's miracle.
The expertise of a Columbia doctor saved this Honduran teenager from unneeded surgery. Now the teen heads home, healthy and grateful.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Leslie Mattox.
And I'm Jim Blue. And now, a local angle on the story you've been watching all this evening. For some people, the word intern has taken on a whole new meaning since the Clinton Lewinsky scandal began.
Thousands of students apply for internships on Capitol Hill, but only a select few actually get jobs. Tara Robertson talked with 3 former Washington interns attending college right here in Columbia. She joins us live from the newsroom. Tara, what were their experiences like?
Well, Leslie and Jim, they were all excited about the fact of having the opportunity to work on Capitol Hill. But now that everything is over, one of them is more concerned about using the word intern on her resume.
All these people were making all these jokes about being interns in Washington. We really didn't know what to expect.
Meet Keisha Adele Dix, Ashley Newton, and April Whitney. These 3 young ladies attend Columbia College. They were also interns on Capitol Hill during the Monica Lewinsky scandal.
I really think it's unfortunate. I think it's unfortunate for women who want to be interns in D.C. that they have to fight this kind of stereotype as if there weren't enough already.
For Ashley, this incident has changed the way she feels about President Clinton.
It has been a little disheartening for me because I worked on both of President Clinton's campaigns, so it was a little disappointing to see him, really screw up things.
And for April, the word intern has taken on a new meaning.
Because I completely thought of my internship in terms of what it did for me and not how it compares to Monica.
April says a teacher informed her class to stay away from words like intern and hands-on experience on resumes.
I don't think that they should automatically assume that every female intern does something like this, because we don't. None of us did, or anything even remotely like that,
April even got in on the Monica hype, staking out her apartment.
And we went down there and met the camera crew and played with their equipment and sat around outside and they were waiting for word that she was supposed to be leaving soon. And like her lawyers were on their way to come get her or something.
Although April didn't see Monica, Keisha got a chance to meet the president himself.
It was really a privilege and an honor to meet him, and I just thought about, all the things that had been going on with the Monica Lewinsky thing, but I thought that it was a great opportunity to meet him, and he seemed to be like a nice person.
And when asked if they were Barbara Walters, what would they ask Monica?
Why on earth did she keep the dress? I just don't get it.
Now, I also asked them, do they, if they wish they were in Monica's shoes, and they all answered in unison, no. Leslie?
Tara, did they say they think anything has changed because of the scandal?
Well, they said no, that security was tight while they were there, and they also said that they didn't understand how Monica had so much access to the West Wing because no intern was allowed back there.
An interesting viewpoint. Thank you very much, Tara Robertson, in our newsroom.
Well, of course, the world tonight finally got to see the long-awaited ABC TV interview with Monica Lewinsky. Barbara Walters questioned the former White House intern for 2 hours about her affair with married men and the president. And Lewinsky also talked about showing Clinton her thong underwear.
It's a dance, and it's sort of one person does something, and then do you meet that person and raise the stakes? And that was how our flirtation relationship was progressing.
Well, Lewinsky told Walters she didn't think she was doing anything wrong because she was enamored with Clinton. She says sometimes she has warm feelings and is proud of Clinton, while at other times he makes her sick. The Lewinsky interview was expected to draw a Super Bowl-sized audience tonight.
And here in the Midlands, thousands tuned in at home and elsewhere. Our Patrick Palantonio is with people here in Columbia who have been watching the Lewinsky interview. He joins us now live from Garrett's Grilling Grog and 5 Points. Patrick, what's the reaction out there?
Well, we found that there's a lot of people out here who are in favor of Monica Lewinsky. Before we get to that, though, we're going to show you some video from what it looked like earlier tonight here in Garrett's. This was the scene earlier tonight when there was more than just sports on people's minds. We found people who actually came here to watch the Lewinsky interview. Some say they always hear from the president, they always hear Bill Clinton's voice, and it's good to finally hear the other side. One of those people who said this is joining me now, Anna Maria Arceniegas. Anna, now you told me earlier that you respect the fact that Monica Lewinsky was honest during this interview.
Well, I do. I actually think that, this interview was said in such a low-key, more relaxed, less pressurized environment that she was able to be honest and kind of give, her feelings and another side of the story without being so scared about, what was going to hurt or not hurt the president. She was just being herself, and I thought that was nice. I still don't think that her being honest is any way to, make up for what she did. I don't agree with the way she acted, and I don't think that it was morally correct. And I think that if she had been a little bit, smarter in that sense, she could have prevented this whole big, enormous problem by not getting involved with a married man. But I think it was a good interview. It was kind of a refreshing way to put an end to the whole issue. It just gives a little bit of closure.
Okay, thank you very much. And of course, there were many issues that she could be honest on. There was everything from the first encounter between the president and Monica Lewinsky to the president's public admission of the relationship.
Indeed, I did have a relationship with Miss Lewinsky that was not appropriate. In fact, it was wrong. It constituted a critical lapse in judgment and a personal failure on my part for which I am solely and completely responsible.
I felt like a piece of trash. I felt dirty and I felt used, and I was disappointed.
Now joining me right now is Matt Schreckengast. Matt, in that interview, Barbara Walters played a tape where the president admitted publicly to the affair. Monica Lewinsky says she felt cheated by this. First of all, what do you think? And do you think that maybe she should have realized before she got into this the possible repercussions?
Well, personally, I feel a little bit bad for her. When this started, she was 22 years old. I mean, most kids that age are in college. And although what she did was wrong, I sort of felt like she was taken advantage of by a slick-talking politician.
Okay, thank you very much. And Jim and Leslie, that's really the consensus down here. There's a lot of people that were excited to hear what Monica Lewinsky had to say tonight. Back to you.
And people will be talking about this for a while, I'm sure. Patrick Palantonio, live at Garrett's. Thank you very much, Patrick.
Well, there is other news tonight. The state Supreme Court has refused to stop a New Hampshire company from buying South Carolina driver's licenses. The order denying State Attorney General Charlie Condon's request to ban the sale to Image Data was issued late this afternoon. Condon believes the sale of the licenses and the use of the photos was an unconstitutional invasion of privacy, but the court ruled Image Data is